వంతమైనది మనిషి ఆలోచనలు. అయితే మన ఆలోచనలకు అందని స్థాయిలో అనునిత్యం కొత్త పుంతలు తొక్కుతున్న టెక్నాలజీని కాలానుగుణంగా అనుసరించే వారి భవిష్యత్తు మాత్రం ఉజ్వలం అని అనడంలో సందేహం లేదు. నేటి మరియు రేపటి టెక్నాలజీ అంతా ఆర్టిఫిషియల్ ఇంటెలిజెన్స్ అండ్ మెషిన్ లెర్నింగ్ మరియు డేటా సైన్స్ మీదే ఆధారపడి నడుస్తుంది అని ఎంతమందికి తెలుసు? చేబ్రోల్ ఇంజనీరింగ్ కాలేజీలో 2020-21 విద్యా సంవత్సరం నుండి లేటెస్ట్ టెక్నాలజీకి అనుగుణంగా బీటెక్ లో కొత్త కోర్సుని చదువుకునే ఓ అద్భుత అవకాశం. నాక్ అక్రిడేషన్ మరియు 5 పేటెంట్స్ కలిగిన చేబ్రోల్ ఇంజనీరింగ్ కాలేజీలో కంప్యూటర్ సైన్స్ విభాగంలో ఆర్టిఫిషియల్ ఇంటెలిజెన్స్ అండ్ మెషిన్ లెర్నింగ్ లో 120 సీట్లు మరియు డేటా సైన్స్ లో 60 సీట్లు కలవు. కౌన్సిలింగ్ కోడ్ CHBR. నాణ్యమైన ఇంజనీరింగ్ విద్యతో పాటు 100% ఉద్యోగ అవకాశాలు కల్పిస్తున్న ఏకైక విద్యా సంస్థ చేబ్రోల్ ఇంజనీరింగ్ కాలేజ్, చేబ్రోలు, గుంటూరు, ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్.
శ్రీ గురుభ్యో నమః. బయోమెడికల్ ఇంజనీరింగ్, JNTUK ఇంజనీరింగ్ కాలేజ్, డిపార్ట్మెంట్ ఆఫ్ ECE, June 24, unit number 4, diathermy. So welcome to all participants. Good afternoon to everyone. Model in diathermy, which is having ultrasonic category. So in previous microwave diathermy, so we have some disadvantage, greater radiation. So that type of so in ultrasonic therapy unit block diagram for this therapy. So main voltage, rectifier, oscillator, power amplifier, piezoelectric crystal, and applicator. So this is the basic block diagram. Take snapshot. So it is the basic principle, ultrasonic therapy. So in this treatment, so generally the heating is produced due to absorption of the ultrasonic energy by the tissues, whereas in previous microwave diathermy, so microwaves are transmitted through the body tissues, skin tissues. So the absorption of ultrasonic energy so the effect of this ultrasonic energy into the tissue is high speed mechanical vibration, which is nothing but a micro message of soft tissues. So generally this type of ultrasonic treatment this type of therapy normally we regularly observed in the medical domain, medical hospitality environment. So as of everybody know, massage that is used for the treating the tissue. The same principle is employed in ultrasonic therapy. Another point here, the electrical power required by this application, which is very less than 3 watts per square centimeter. What is the square centimeter equal to soft tissue measurement on soft tissue for each square centimeter area. So the electrical power required by this application less than 3 watt. So this 3 watt electrical power of the transducer, which is in contact with the part of the body, so that to be treated here. So the transducer through which the electrosonic energy is applied to the patient is that by piezoelectric crystal. So for this operation, piezoelectric crystals are used for transmitting ultrasonic energy. High frequency alternating current, high frequency AC current of 0.75 to 3.4 megahertz applied to the crystal, where the vibration causes the mechanical vibration of the transducer. So that will lead itself located directly in front of the crystal. So these mechanical vibration then pass through the metal cap and to the whole tissue through a coupling medium. So therapeutic ultrasonic power, which is very 0.5 to 3 watt per square centimeter. So the transducer range from 70 to 130 centimeter diameter, which will implemented on this. So the transducer range from 70 to 130 in the diameter. So the larger the diameter of the applicator, smaller would be the angle of convergence of this beam. So hence we can penetrate this ultrasonic rays into the body tissue in very easy manner. So the electronic current of the ultrasonic therapy equipment is very popular, generally for heart operations, for shock treatment, which is available for the transducer here. So the oscillator output is given to the power amplifier, which drives the piezoelectric crystal to generate ultrasonic waves. So the patient is given the ultrasonic energy for predetermined period by providing a timer circuit in the ultrasound therapy unit. So in this way, the entire ultrasonic treatment will be operated. So here I mentioned the working behavior of the previous block diagram. So the heart of the system is tuned oscillator. So by the oscillator, oscillations are produced with respect to required frequency. The oscillator output is given to the power amplifier, which drives the piezoelectric crystal to generate these ultrasonic waves. So the patient is given this energy for a predetermined period by providing timer circuit in the ultrasound therapy. So the doctor is able to monitor and record the concerned readings on the screen. So let us look a video clipping on this information.
The therapeutic methods used by physiotherapists to treat patients with sports injuries. It involves a heating effect, which is essentially sending high-frequency sound waves deep inside the patient's body to treat injured areas such as tendons and muscles. Ultrasound therapy consists of the injured tissue, the gel, and circular motion. The head of the ultrasound probe contains crystals that vibrate, causing transmission of high-frequency sound waves into the patient's body to the injured area. In order for the crystals to vibrate, an electric field must be sent to them. We must also understand the heating effect. The sound waves from the ultrasound probe hit the injured areas within the patient's body. The sound waves emitted by the probe cause the injured tissue to vibrate, giving the heating effect. Normally, the patient is not supposed to feel a burning sensation while therapy is in session. The patient will only feel heat if the probe is kept in one spot on the skin, causing the tissue to vibrate more and giving the burning sensation. This is because the sound waves are bouncing off the injured areas too much, causing pain. The injured tissue consists of the areas inside the body that are targeted by the ultrasound waves for therapy. This may also include scar tissue made up of tough protein fibers that replace damaged body tissue. One of the goals of ultrasound therapy is to break down these protein fibers so that the injured body tissue can have more elasticity and/or better range of motion. The ultrasound therapy gel is a medium that provides close contact for the ultrasound probe with the skin. It prevents friction and allows easier transmission of the ultrasound waves to the patient's injured areas. Lastly, it is also very important that the ultrasound probe is kept in constant circular motion in order not to burn the patient. If the probe is kept in one spot on the injured area, the sound waves could accumulate and cause too much vibration, and this would result in pain, especially if the sound waves vibrate in between damaged areas of bone. Ultrasound therapy is good for increasing blood flow to an injured area of the body, therefore reducing inflammation and swelling, increasing tissue relaxation, and scar tissue breakdown. Some of the common injuries in which ultrasound is used include tendinitis, joint swelling, and muscle spasm.
जिसमें टेंस दोनों हैं। टेंस के बारे में हमने ऑलरेडी एक वीडियो बनाया है। वैसे तो अल्ट्रासाउंड को बहुत सारे पर्पस से यूज़ करते हैं, जैसे डायग्नोस्टिक पर्पस, थेरेपेटिक पर्पस। डायग्नोस्टिक पर्पस जैसे हम फीटस का मूवमेंट, जैसे प्रेगनेंसी में फीटस के मूवमेंट के लिए या फिर कोई ऑर्गन के डायग्नोसिस के लिए यूज़ करते हैं, पर ये मशीन उससे अलग है। ये हम फिजियोथेरेपी में एज ए थेरेपेटिक पर्पस यूज़ करते हैं। अब हम बात करते हैं अल्ट्रासाउंड क्या होता है। बेसिकली ये जो मशीन होती है वो एक मैकेनिकल वाइब्रेशन जनरेट करती है, जो कि एक साउंड वेव्स के सिमिलर होता है, बस इसका डिफरेंस ये रहता है कि जो इसकी फ्रिक्वेंसी होती है वो हाई फ्रिक्वेंसी होती है। फॉर एग्जांपल हम बात करें जैसे नॉर्मल साउंड वेव्स की, जो कि 20 to 20,000 हर्ट्ज के बीच में होता है। स्टार्ट करते हैं मशीन को। यहाँ पर साइड में इसका स्विच देकर रखा है, स्टार्ट करना है। यहाँ पर टाइम सेट करेंगे फॉर 5 मिनट। उसके बाद हम चेक करते हैं इसकी मशीन की टेस्टिंग करते हैं कि जैसे मैंने यहाँ पे कंटिन्यूस मोड पे इसे सेट किया है। हम ग्रेजुअली इसकी इंटेंसिटी बढ़ाएंगे। आप देख सकते हैं ये वाइब्रेट कर रहा है। ये कंटिन्यूस वाइब्रेट कर रहा है क्योंकि हमें यहाँ पे कंटिन्यूस मोड सिलेक्ट करके रखा हुआ है। अब हम पल्स मोड चेक करते हैं। यहाँ पर इस तरीके से इसे पल्स मोड पर शिफ्ट करना है, फिर से इंटेंसिटी बढ़ाना है। देखिए पहले वाइब्रेट करता है, फिर रेस्ट, देन वाइब्रेट, देन रेस्ट। अब हम इसे खुद की बॉडी पर टेस्ट करेंगे। तो मैं पहले ड्यूरेशन सेट कर लेती हूँ फॉर 5 मिनट। याद रखना है इंटेंसिटी कम होना चाहिए। सबसे पहले जेल अप्लाई करेंगे। फॉर एग्जांपल मेरा पेन एरिया है यहाँ पर, तो मैं इसमें जेल अप्लाई करूँगी यहाँ पर प्लस हेड पर। उसके बाद इसे यहाँ पर रखना है। उसके बाद इंटेंसिटी बढ़ाना है। इंटेंसिटी बढ़ाने के बाद इसे कंटिन्यू मूव करना है, इस तरीके से सर्कुलर मोशन या फिगर ऑफ 8 का मोशन, इस तरीके से मूव करेंगे। फिर 5 मिनट। उसके बाद जैसे 5 मिनट ख़त्म होगा, इसमें एक अलार्मिंग साउंड आएगा। इसका मतलब ये जो ड्यूरेशन है, हमारा ट्रीटमेंट ड्यूरेशन है, वो ख़त्म हो चुका है। तो हमें उस समय इंटेंसिटी कम करना है और ऑफ करना है। उसके बाद ही हमें हमारे हेड को हटाना है। तो ये कॉम्बो मशीन है, इसमें टेंस प्लस अल्ट्रासाउंड।
This is about ultrasonic therapy, which is popularly used in the biomedical engineering. So next treatment, diathermy in the surgery. So take snapshot. Next method, diathermy in the surgery criteria. So this is the basic principle for surgical diathermy machine. Take snapshot. So in surgical diathermy, the frequency of current is in the range of 1 megahertz to 3 megahertz. So the basic principle of surgical diathermy, which is shown in this picture, due to difference in the current density between two electrodes. So here we have one electrode. So here one active electrode and one passive electrode. So due to the active and passive electrode, when the body is implanted in between them, so due to this difference in this current density between these two electrodes below the passive electrode, which is below this active electrode, automatically heat up the slight manner. So the tissues below the active electrode is heated to destroy the cell by heating the cell fluid. So here we place the body. So on the body, we apply some gel. So due to active electrode, there may be a so due to this active electrode, so the heat produced and that heat may affect on body gel. So proper catheterization of tissues is caused by the high free current that flow through the tissue and heating locally, so that there is a conclave from the inside the body tissues. Clear? So the capillary and other vessels are sealed, preventing contamination of some bacteria which is generated from the body tissue. And in the initial stage of this surgery machine, that is used a spark gap technology operating in cut and coagulation mode. So in cut mode, continuous sine wave is used, whereas in coagulation mode, damped wave or chopped sine wave are be used for the therapy purpose. So in the solid state diathermy, so this is the another diathermy, which is solid state type diathermy. So take snapshot. So in this solid state diathermy, we have RF oscillator, modulator, power amplifier, output circuit and active electrode. So the frequency range for this solid state criteria 250 kilohertz to 1 megahertz. So in cut mode, they deliver approximately 400 to 500 watts with a 2000 volt, whereas in coagulation, it may have 150 variation. So in coagulation method, the duration of the pulse generally 15 kilohertz, which is a period of 10 microseconds. So in this figure, so the RF generator provides high frequency carrier signal, which is modulated by tone generator, giving the waveforms for coagulation and cutting method. So the RF power is tuned, which is a control circuit connected to which the operating by the surgeon. So the output circuit couples the modulated RF output to active electrode. So in this way, this solid state diathermy machine will give proper measurement and therapy. So let us look some video clip on this content.
When an electrical current passes through a conductor, some of its energy appears as heat. The heat produced depends on the intensity of the current, the waveform of the current, the electrical property of the tissues through which the current passes, the relative sizes of the two electrodes. There are two basic types of diathermy system in use: monopolar diathermy and bipolar diathermy. In monopolar diathermy, which is the most commonly used form, an alternating current is produced by a suitable generator and passed to the patient via an active electrode which has a very small surface area. The current then passes through the tissues and returns via a very large surface plate or the passive electrode back to the earth pole of the generator. As the surface area of contact of the active electrode is small in comparison to the passive electrode, the concentrated powerful current produces heat at the operative site. However, the large surface area electrode of the patient plate spreads the returning current over a wide surface area, so it is less concentrated and produces little heat. In bipolar diathermy, the two active electrodes are usually represented by the limbs of a pair of diathermy forceps. Both forceps ends are therefore active, and current flows between them, and only the tissue held between the limbs of the forceps heats up. This form of diathermy is used when it is essential that the surrounding tissues should be free from either the risk of being burned or having current pass through them.
Start program manually. Select timer up, timer down. Select mode, continuous mode, pulse mode. Start, increase intensity, decrease intensity, stop program. Start, increase intensity, decrease in intensity, stop, machine off.
Thank you for everyone for your participation for this online session.